So you might be wondering, why now out of all times do I want to play Silent Hill 2? Couldn't possibly be because of recent announcements that came out. More than likely, it's just because I like Silent Hill 2 a lot. It's actually one of my favorite games ever. It took me a hot minute to download the Enhanced Edition here, because it seems like there's a reason a lot of people want to download the Enhanced Edition. I don't really know why, but we're gonna move on. New game. I'm just gonna do normal on everything because I feel like I'm not gonna know how to do the hard riddles very well.
Mary, could you really be in this town?
Look at that beautiful mug. So, I played Silent Hill 2 before. I've looked at a lot of stuff with Silent Hill 2. I'm gonna try to avoid, spoiling stuff just in case if someone happens upon us and doesn't know anything about Silent Hill 2. That being said, I am gonna try to discuss some aspects of it. Like, look at this little weirdo over here. Look at this guy. But, one aspect is that mirror shot. People have bloomed the hell out of it, and it almost looks like, our main guy here. His name is James. He's a beautiful little fella. Look at him. It kind of looks like James is looking at the player there. Now, if you zoom in more on the, bloomed aspect, it really, I think it's just a trick of the eye. But also, I would argue there is no, basis for James to look at the player. There's no, meta commentary for Silent Hill 2. I'm gonna put that out there. Also, this graffiti looks like nonsense. So yeah, we're gonna spend the first 10 minutes just hanging around this bathroom, because I need to discuss the non-meta commentary and how, sometimes maybe the fans look into things a little too much. Maybe they harass someone that, designed the monsters about it for no real reason. But I'm gonna say that, I get looking into things and trying to, see connections. I'm gonna do a little back shimmy. But I don't think there's, realistically, if we were to say that James was looking at the player, there is... What do you really gain from that? What... Look at James. What, how does that make the story better? There's really nothing there. And it starts to kind of get into that, everyone was dead, fan theory for Ed, Edd and Eddy and Rugrats and all that jazz. We're not about that lifestyle. We're not about fan theories. It's only raw facts here.
In my restless dreams, I see that town, Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday, but you never did. Well, I'm alone there now, in our special place, waiting for you.
I got a letter. The name on the envelope said, Mary. My wife's name. It's ridiculous. Couldn't possibly be true. That's what I keep telling myself. A dead person can't write a letter. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. So then, why am I looking for her? Our special place. What could she mean? This whole town was our special place. Does she mean the park on the lake? We spent the whole day there. Just the two of us, staring at the water. Could Mary really be there? Is she really alive? Waiting for me?
What a beautiful JPEG off in the distance. Listen, I still think, obviously we're playing the Enhanced Edition. Still think the game looks nice for a PlayStation 2 game. Obviously, some of it's beefed up. But, you know. This is the road I came in on. There's no point in going back. Okay. Let me just do a nice little jog. So, this, I have the, original, like, Black Spine PlayStation 2 version of this game. Sadly, I don't think that's the best version. I think the, like, Greatest Hits Red Spine actually has the, arguably DLC, Born from a Wish, while the Black Spine doesn't. Why is this blocked off like this? I can't go any further by car. Guess I'll have to walk. Old Silent Hill, Brams, Haleville, National Park. But, I only have the game because my, parents had gotten it to play. And I was, like, in elementary school, so I was too young, because if you didn't know, this game's rated... Actually, where's the rating? M, for mature. It doesn't... Oh, there we go. Blood and gore and violence. Crazy. I would have expected it to describe more things. But it's, not for children. So I wasn't allowed to watch. There's a map in the car. I got it. It's my map now. Now we can look at the map. There we are, observation deck. Toluca Lake. Can't go by roads. Gotta take a weird little side path. Anything in the trunk? Nope. I guess we're gonna go. But, I wasn't allowed to play, so I basically tried to sneak in, like, ganders and watches of this while they were playing it. And, eventually, you know, I got older and I was able to play it, and I got a little, I was, like, a little spooked. Didn't want to, like, go forward because I was scared of things. And then eventually I mustered up the courage to go down here into this, like, little side path. And I'm like, I'm fine. Everything's fine. I'm just trying to, like, build up the courage. Still a little spooked. Obviously, I need to get used to tank controls. And then I started hearing the noises in the woods. And I said, you know what? I think I'm fine. I'm going to go back and play some Jak 2 combat racing. Not combat racing. That's Jak X. And, yeah, that was, like, the extent of how I played for a while. And then, eventually, like, I had a friend over for, like, a sleepover. It was more like high school time. And then we played through, like, up to the first, like, dungeon. And had a rollicking good time. Wasn't spooked at all. Yeah, like, those noises just, they weren't great. Because was trying to build up to getting to where I know danger was. And I thought, okay, I'll be safe here. And then you just hear things in the woods. Like a low hum. Sound design, fantastic. Of course, I'm going to be gushing about this game. And have no issues with it whatsoever. One thing I also did not know for the longest time is that there is a save point in this well. There's something in the well. What's that? Looking at this makes me feel like someone's groping around inside my skull. It gives me a weird feeling. So with the Enhanced Edition, we have quick save function. I'm gonna try to avoid using quick save. I actually only learned about that by mistake, pressing some like key bindings that are associated with that. We also have a bonus menu here that we could like save on the go. I guess that's just normal options. We can do that with like the real menu. Which, by the way, real menu, we have some items. Here's a photo of Mary when she was still healthy. I can't use that. I gotta examine it. There we go. Look at her. Healthy, right in front of that JPEG. And we have the letter. I think if we examine it, it's just gonna be what we already heard. It's definitely Mary's name in her own handwriting, though. My restless dreams, I see that town. Promised you'd take me there again someday, but you never did. I'm alone there now, in our special place, waiting for you. So we got those. We got a gate. I'm walking backwards. You can change the controls. I think I can get used to tank controls. The other control method, I don't think would work well with the camera flipping around. I guess I could just get used to any of the controls, but I'm going to stick with tank. I was able to get used to it with Silent Hill 1. I can get used to it again with Silent Hill 2. We also... Oh, right, we have strafing. Oh, that's weird. Why did it, like, force me to flip when I tried to strafe? There we go. That's what I was looking for. We have kind of a, like, free cam button. That is a little awkward if you couldn't tell. Depends on the scenario where you use it, but it, you know, it allows us to kind of look around when the camera's forced on us like this.
Excuse me,
Oh, I'm sorry. I
No,
was
it's
just...
okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost.
Lost?
Yeah. I'm looking for Silent Hill. Is this the right way?
Yeah. It's hard to see with this fog, but there's only the one road. You can't miss it.
Thanks.
But
Yes?
I think you'd better stay away. This town, there's something wrong with it. It's kind of hard to explain, but
Is it dangerous?
maybe. And it's not just the fog either.
Okay,
It's...
I got it. I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
No, I believe you. It's just... I guess I really don't care if it's dangerous or not. I'm going to town either way.
But why?
I'm looking for... someone.
Who is it?
Someone... very important to me. I'd do anything if I could be with her again.
Me too. I'm looking for my mama. I mean my mother. It's been so long since I've seen her. I thought my father and brother were here, but I can't find them either. I'm sorry. It's not your
No,
problem.
I hope you find them.
Yeah, you too.
So, obviously, I guess a bit of an elephant in the room. First, we can talk to her again.
What is it?
Oh. Nothing. Sure is quiet here, huh?
I guess.
Sure is silent here in this hill. Good small talk, James. I think that's all I say. One of the oh, we can't. Oh, there we go. One of the criticisms of the game
What is it?
Oh,
is that it
Nothing.
Voice acting sounds a little
Sure is
off.
quiet here, huh?
Now, I think it
guess.
sounds great. I would describe it as like Lynchian. Like if you like watch Twin Peaks or other David Lynch films, they kind of have like a weird cadence to their voice and stuff. And I think it's very unique and interesting, and comes off a bit better than just having James be Gruff Man, which if you don't know about, we won't really talk about the remake. We don't really know a lot about the remake that's coming out, but I will say, if you ever listen to the voice lines in the HD remake that they re-recorded for some reason, boy, does Gruff James just not sound great. Like, I don't know, there's something very unique about James's voice. Also, we get tuckered out when we run. I don't think it actually affects, like, we don't have real stamina or anything. I think the same thing happened in Silent Hill 1. I think I mentioned it there as well. It's just kind of a neat little detail. But, yeah, I love the voices. And I mean, I think you kind of lose some charm if you take away that somewhat awkwardness of it. And I also think that it was intentional, because at times you can really hear them. When it's important, you can hear them really give it their all as far as, like, acting goes. But it, you know, whatever. I like it. I can understand people not liking it, but like I said, I'm going to gush about the game. An additional thing I wanted to point out real quick, not in this menu at all, but like I said, I have the PlayStation 2 game. I have the manual that came with the game, and you know, obviously we met someone. There are multiple characters that we will meet later on. There's little descriptions of them in the guidebook. We won't really go over the descriptions. They're either really basic or kind of spoil a little bit of the game, not a big deal. But what they all have for the characters is their age and their occupation. Now James here, his age is unknown, and his occupation is protagonist. Now I don't know about you, but I don't think protagonist is like a paying job. But whatever, that's fine. Let's see the other character we just met. Okay, her age is unknown, her occupation is unknown. Okay, well that's fine, sometimes that happens. But the problem is, all of the other characters are labeled as unknown for age and occupation. So, I don't know why they bothered making that as a, like, descriptive part of their characters. But, maybe they didn't need that in the manual. I just thought it was silly. I think, like, some of these characters you even do actually get their age, but I guess it just isn't important, but important enough to print it in the book. I remember, like, I think the Final Fantasy VII manual also has, like, character descriptions, and it also has, like, the blood type of all the characters, which is, like, why do you need that information? At what point does that come up in the story? But at least then it's like they threw together random... Also, there's more noises. They throw together some random blood types. It's like, I don't know. Vincent's like A+, whatever. A positive. Cloud, whatever. Unknown. Cloud's unknown, but we know what Tifa's blood type is. Whatever. This sign would look a lot better if it was in Comic Sans. I hate hearing noises. I think they actively stop when you stop moving too, so it's like... really feels like you're being followed. Also, where are we on the map? Almost there. So I don't have, like, extensive knowledge of what is fan theory and what is actively, there's that noise again. What is actively something that was maybe brought up by a developer that is like a known fact. So don't take my word as like gospel here. But I do remember hearing something about how, like, I mean, obviously if you haven't noticed, a bit of a long way to go before we officially are in Silent Hill. Also, a lot of that noise was still happening in the map. Like, this is finally, like, more into quote-unquote civilization. But, I remember reading or hearing about how this was kind of intentional as a, like, you've come this far already, there's no going back now, kind of the same way as, like, James feels about how, like, he's gone too far. There's no use in returning. I think, actually, if you come here and I think as soon as you turn around, there's no reason to go back. I'm gonna go look for Mary. So, like, yeah, it kind of gets you in that mindset of, like, I can't go back to my car. It was, like, 2 miles out. But now we're in Silent Hill, and I think the map actually changes for that. We have a zoom out there. We kind of have, like, halves of the map, and then we have our full map here. I can zoom back in, which I did not want to do. Gotta get used to some buttons. But, you know, it really sets a mood and kind of intensifies some of that tension. Especially because we're still, I think, on that long path here. And I think that very much is why I got so unnerved when I tried to play it when I was younger. Is, you know, it just kind of builds up. Also, I don't, like, what is up with this road? It looks like it's 1 car length. If it's a road, it might be, I don't know if it's just walking, I guess. Oh, the Roadrunner. He's here. I mean, we went through a door, so maybe it's supposed to be a walkway. But then, like, these barriers here would be for a vehicle like this one. Can't go this way because there's cones. Let's see, what does the sign say? There is a turn, you're right. Would you describe that turn in a right angle like that? Don't you usually, like, say it's a curve or, like, you know, slow down? Like, change the miles per hour? Sanders. Don't believe there's anything over here. I don't know if there's items for us to collect quite yet. The workbench with a med kit. Let's go. Already feeling strong. A lot of just blocked paths that James says, nah, don't feel like it. Don't need to go that way. Also, again, kind of reiterating stuff that was cool about Silent Hill 1, having the way that the map is marked off, having, like, little scribbles where you can't go is very cool, and I always liked the way that the maps worked in Silent Hill. Helps to guide you without outright telling you, well, I mean, I guess it does outright tell you. It says there's your destination, but you still gotta figure out how to get to that destination. I think it's neat. Huh. I hope that isn't Mary's blood. Are these marks blood? Mary? Is that you? That shadow just now must have been Mary. Pretty sure we can't go anywhere but that direction. James is like, but that shadow. Actually, I'm going a lot farther than I thought they would allow me. Can't go this way. There's just really weird thing blocking it. Who put that up? Was it the demons? So, the thing with Silent Hill 2, and I think why a lot of people latch onto it as their favorite compared to, like, oh, that shadow just now bothers me. What was that? Yeah, let's go check it out. I think what people like about it more so, or why it's generally considered a fan favorite, is that it's a standalone. There's an argument to be made that Silent Hill 3 is better, and I wouldn't disagree with anyone that thinks that. Silent Hill 2 is my favorite one. But because you don't really have to have any, like, knowledge of Silent Hill 1, I think it's easier for people to get in on this one and latch onto it. Because this doesn't really relate to anything with with that game. Or if it does, it's so minuscule that you're fine without it. Like, I feel like you're missing out if you play Silent Hill 3 without knowledge of Silent Hill 1. I know where we're going. We'll just go. We're going where the blood is, surprisingly. So over here is where I thought the first save point was, which it makes more sense. Also, James likes to head swivel when there's an item nearby. Very helpful. Good little head swivel. Didn't look like there was anything on the table. Besides this little red square. Gotta rotate saves even though nothing really happened. A little bit off-road here. We just got into town and now we're off-road again? Got a little stuck on a gate. What's that noise? Mary? Let me just crawl into this tunnel. Nothing bad happens in the tunnel. Oh dang, that monster has cake. Alright. Smack it around. Oh,
Is it dead?
easy fight.
What the hell is it? It's not human.
See, like, I love the way James says, what the hell is it? So I think, I don't know if there was a way to, like, map it, but the, PlayStation 2 had, pressure-sensitive buttons, so, like, light tap would have led to this swing, and I don't, like, I'm sometimes getting the other attack. I also think there's a, maybe when I'm not ready, I can, like, kick enemies while they're down, which is going to be very important. Like, I guess I could probably have mapped it, and I might try to do that later. Might be just a hold? No, because I'm tapping. And I don't know when it decides to do what. Sometimes it just feels like doing one move over the other. Whatever. We killed it. That is, I believe, called the Lying Figure, which I also don't know if they're official names or just fan names. Again, I don't actually know facts.
Yeah. This thing broken? What the? I'd better take it anyway. I might need it.
So now we know where the monsters are. We also have a cool wooden plank. That's very cool. Look at James ready up. I also don't know, like, this is, I think, guard. I don't know if it actually, like, protects us from some damage. But it, you know. I feel like just holding it's good because we got movement. And, you know, strafing's gonna be a little awkward. I don't know how effective strafing really is. Especially when you could kind of circle around enemies. Especially, I think James, somewhat auto-tracks to them. I'm I'm sure this is going to ruin my ranking by the end of the game by saving a bunch, but, you know, better save than sorry. Got him. Alright, where are we going? Now we can just go anywhere. I guess we gotta go find our way to the park. Now, well, this is where my story ends. I mean, I know where we need to go, but I kind of want to try to explore the game, I guess, like I don't. Because I think it's kind of neat. There are some, I guess, notes that you can find that basically point you in the right direction that you can go past if you know where to go. Something's written on it. Too bad I can't read it because the surface has been rubbed away. Remains of swamp. The airs of land surrounding it, I'm gonna not make gross noises every time there's a blank. Is monument was originally swamp, but was later nicknamed Blood Swamp because the poured the water to wash the hello. Wow, a lot of this sure would be nice to read. Perhaps it's mini to have the area. Yep, I was able to gather that information with context clues. I don't know, it's just scary that it's called Blood Swamp. This was taped up before, I think, when we were following the line figure. It would have been taped up and we just wouldn't be able to progress. Oh yeah, and we didn't really get attacked before, but these guys like to vomit at us. Strafing, didn't work. Okay, that's how you kick. You want to kick these guys. They're annoying if you don't kick them. Also, there's another weird noise. I don't know if I need to heal off of that. I don't actually know what that noise was. I'm not sure. Might have just been wacko noises. So, I mean, I mentioned it before that you could just kind of happen into correct spots. Yeah. So, this is why you want to make sure you... Distance is annoying. This is why you want to kick them while they're down, because they will move around. Much like cockroaches. I'll heal a little bit. I think I was supposed to have mapped the clicking of the right analog stick to auto heal, but I don't think it's actually working. I got the apartment gate key. So, you know how I said that there are things that lead you to places? I realized I accidentally immediately went to the correct place. But let's go to the famous Neely's bar. Or maybe I should go... I mean, listen, you wander the town. There are things that will eventually lead you where you need to go. Or you can just happen to find apartment keys. And then you got a general idea that you maybe want to go to the apartments. Also, realistically, we have to go to the apartments. The map isn't that big. There's only a few alleyways. So you will just eventually find things that you need to find. But I think it's neat to kind of see how the game leads you in the right direction occasionally. Primarily, they'll lead you in the right direction. Look at you. Oh yeah, they hurt you too when they... Oh, they're all just crawling around. Huh, that guy's just dead. You really didn't have anything on him? Usually when you're in town, you want to hug the wall because that's when there'll be items. pay attention to the way James is looking. I don't think items are usually in the middle of the... Hey, this is the kind of stuff I'm looking for. Give it to me. Feed it to me. Ooh, handgun bullets. Good thing I have a handgun. To Harrison Street. Yeah, let's go down Harrison Street. Oh, jeez. They do spook me every time they come out from under a... We're not going down Harrison Street. Oh, the cockroaches are out. So I don't know how much I'm gonna really talk about like monsters representing things. The lying figure. Ooh, wait a minute, there's a sign. The door that wakes in darkness, opening into nightmares. That cockroach is here. Let's go into this door. It's locked. Never mind. Leave me alone. Can't go that way. The lying figures themselves, we know that Mary was sick. We can kind of surmise that maybe they represent that in some fashion. They're kind of bound. Whatever her sickness, more than likely was like her bound to a bed kind of situation. Remember that number, it's very important. It's not, I'm lying. But it's, like I said, I don't really want to get too much into it because, one, I think it's a lot of fan theorizing again. The cockroaches, though, very interesting what they represent. They actually just represent the, I guess just Silent Hill in general. They're basically just cockroaches. Like, I think the developer actually said, I don't know. They're just the Silent Hill monster. It's kind of like how in general Silent Hill games have dog enemies. This one surprisingly does not have any dog enemies. But I also feel like any of the representation that Silent Hill 1 has, being like Alyssa's nightmare stuff, are a bit strenuous. And I don't know if I really agree with them. Like, how scared of pterodactyls was she really?